What's up, LEGO fans, and welcome back to the channel, Pete's Bricks, the LEGO channel for the common LEGO fan. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the brand new LEGO DC LEGO Batman sets that were just revealed a few days ago. There's been tons of LEGO news that has just been rolling in, so I've decided to prioritize my favorite themes over just covering everything. So without further ado, let's get into the 5 top details that you probably missed on these LEGO Batman sets. First up, we're going to be taking a look at set 76274 Batman with the Batmobile versus Harley Quinn and Mr. Freeze. So this is a LEGO set based off of the animated series. It's kind of meant to pair with the Gotham City skyline that was revealed and released a few months ago. I much prefer minifigure scale things, and this Batmobile is definitely more up my alley. That being said, let's get the price out of the way. That thing is 60 bucks for a Batmobile and 3 figures. It is pretty steep, I gotta say. One detail that you might have missed is that this Batman is not the same as the Batman featured in the $300 plus Gotham City skyline. That version had a double-sided cloth cape with black on the outside and dark blue on the inside, which is very accurate to the cartoon. However, this smaller, more play-scale set includes a brand new rubbery plastic cape, which is just solid black. And I gotta say, even though I'm curious to see what this new type of cape design is, I much rather would have had the cloth cape, which is more accurate to the cartoon. That means if you want the special cape, you're going to have to buy the $375? It's a lot of money. You're gonna have to buy the $300 plus LEGO set in order to get that cape, which I'm seriously not a big fan of. However, there are some positives in the set. First of all, it's the ability to easily remove the stud shooters from the top of the Batmobile. Stud shooters have been a major point of contention among LEGO fans, mainly the adults, because they're the ones who voice their opinions on the internet about how they hate them. You could always easily remove them because it's LEGO, and LEGO you build, LEGO you can take pieces off if you really want to. However, in this set, it is designed specifically so that you can easily remove them. Just take the pins out of those holes in the hood of the car, and just like that, you've made the Batmobile much more accurate and much more displayable. Lastly, one other thing you might have missed is Mr. Freeze's dome helmet is a brand new piece. So for the longest time, I thought LEGO really hasn't had a proper dome piece for Mr. Freeze. You got the classic first LEGO Mr. Freeze ever, which used a pre-existing part. I thought it was close enough for what they had at the time. Then you have the newer Mr. Freezes, which have used the Atlantis underwater type scuba diving thing, which if you're trying to make something similar to the Arkham games, that works pretty well. But I much rather would have preferred something like what we got in this set. You do have the newer dome piece that was used for Mysterio and the last Mr. Freeze they did. However, I'm not the biggest fan of that since Mr. Freeze isn't supposed to have a dome circular head dome thing. That is definitely more of a Mysterio thing than a Mr. Freeze thing. And I think this is a piece you're definitely going to want to get multiples of to go back and upgrade your Mr. Freeze minifigures of the past. I just wanted to comment lastly about the color of the Batmobile. That is definitely not a detail that anyone has missed. Most people are saying that the Batmobile is supposed to be black with dark blue highlights, while a few others say that it's actually dark blue and it just looks black in the show because of shadow. Honestly, I'm not sure what the correct answer is. Probably it's supposed to be black. However, I, as a LEGO collector and a LEGO Batman fan, I got a lot of black Batmobiles. So having this in dark blue is just gonna add a different color to the collection, and I think it's pretty good. The price, of course, as I said, 60 bucks is a pretty tough pill to swallow, but I probably will add this to my LEGO collection at some point. Next up is set 76273 Batman construction figure in the Batpod bike. This set and the construction figure line has been heavily criticized. Whenever I go on Instagram or online, I see people commenting, who wanted this? Nobody wanted this buildable figure. Why are they still doing these? I mean, this brand new set looks epic. I like the ability to be able to put the Batman figure with the Bat Pod. If they just made the Bat Pod by itself, I can see adults liking that a bit more, more adult collector types. However, for me, having a large vehicle with no figure in it, it just feels weird, and it's definitely just not as fun. So this is a set that I definitely am going to think about adding to my collection. Of course, this set is based off of the Batman from the Christopher Nolan movies. The Batman figure looks pretty good to me, but if you're not a fan of those and you just want to ignore that, you can't deny how good the Bat Pod looks. It looks very smooth, very sleek. It has the big rubber tires, and it has stud shooters perfectly integrated. That is, you can't even tell that they're stud shooters, and if you want them to become invisible, you can just remove the colored stud from the stud shooter, and it looks like it belongs as part of the Bat Pod itself. For this one, it's pretty straightforward. What you see is what you get in this set.
What you see is what you get.
But I just wanted to talk about it because I do think the set looks pretty cool. Moving on to set 76272, the Batcave with Batman, Batgirl, and the Joker. This is one of the sets that we knew was coming, and I just wanted to reiterate why I don't follow rumors, because most of the time they're not true. The rumor was that this set was going to include an animated series style Batman, along with a brand new animated series style Batgirl, and that the Joker was going to be reused from the more expensive set. However, all of that is just not true at all. The Batman is your basic Batman that they've been using for years, maybe since 2012. That torso print I don't think has changed. Batman's cowl is the brand new dual molded one, which is pretty cool. So the Batgirl minifigure, I did check the design. It is brand new, but it is not animated series. It features that black bat symbol with the yellow oval, which I think looks pretty cool. However, the hair and the head are reused from the last Batgirl, and I'm not quite sure what it's based off exactly. Then there's the Joker minifigure, which is a huge disappointment, especially if you were expecting the animated series Joker. So it looks like, as of now, Catwoman will not be the only exclusive figure to that set. It will also be Joker and technically Batman's cape. Finally, the last set we'll take a very brief look is 76270 Batman Mech Armor. This is following the Marvel and then the Star Wars mechs. The style, this is actually the first DC mech. The amount of neglect that LEGO DC gets is wild. First they made Marvel mechs. They've been making a lot of Marvel mechs for years. Finally, they're branching out into Star Wars, and now they're finally making DC mechs. And who do they make? They make Batman. I would love to get unique and different LEGO DC figures in these mechs. For me personally, if I'm going to be getting another Batman set to get that double molded cowl, this set's going to be a pass for me. I'm sure it's fun for kids. Batman is popular, so I'm not going to hate on this set and ask who wanted this. However, I just wanted to point out it's really not for me, and you don't get anything new in terms of minifigures in this set. Before I close out this video, I did want to point out I'm trying to change up how I record my videos in terms of lighting and in terms of background. It was suggested to me that I use my city as a background, since most of the time, I mention it and you never really get to see it. I do have a city walkthrough video on the way. I recorded it, but it was kind of cloudy outside, so I'm thinking of just re-recording it or just editing what I have. Not really sure what to do with that at the moment, but in the comments, let me know, do you like this background in this format more than my old one? I have my old shelves right over there. I'm still gonna keep them up, but my idea was that was my background. But to be honest, I kind of like the city setup. To me, it is just a bit more impressive. But of course, just let me know in the comments your thoughts. Have a good day. God bless, and I will see you all in the next video on my channel, Pete's Bricks.